There you are, frozen between breaths. And I've been waiting for this moment. You didn't feel it, did you? That little shiver in the air when you walked in. That tightening in the atmosphere like reality itself held its breath. You never notice it, but they do. Every single time. And that's the funniest part. You're the only creature alive who doesn't realize what walks around wearing your skin. See, everyone keeps trying to figure out why rooms get quiet around you, why the temperature drops, why people who've never met you suddenly look away like they just spotted a ghost wearing a human face. They think it's intimidation. They think it's charisma. They think it's energy. If only they knew how small those words are compared to the thing they're trying to describe. Because you don't even know what you are in the spirit realm, but they do. And it paralyzes them. You walk around thinking you're confused, broken, misunderstood. Meanwhile, the unseen world is out there drawing emergency lines, whispering warnings, updating threat levels. They've been tracking you since the day you cracked open your first wound and refused to die from it. You think your pain made you fragile? No. Your pain activated something. There's a reason you survived things that should have snapped a normal mind in half. There's a reason betrayal didn't poison you. It purified you. There's a reason every time life tried to bury you, something ancient in you woke up instead and whispered, deeper. People call it resilience. People call it luck. People call it you've changed. But the spirits? Oh, they have a different name for it. They call it recognition, because every time you grow, every time you break and reassemble, every time you walk away from a battlefield that was supposed to consume you, your shape in the unseen becomes clearer, sharper, more defined. They don't see you like humans do. No face, no body, no smile, no fear. They see your outline, your imprint, that impossible silhouette leaking paradox like smoke, half light, half abyss, half saint, half monster, half angel, half demon, all you. A contradiction so violent it breaks their understanding of what a soul is allowed to be. You don't choose sides. You are the side. And the reason they tremble? Because nothing terrifies the spiritual world more than a creature who doesn't even know what it is yet. An unclassified force, an unindexed anomaly. A wild card with no allegiance and no leash. They've seen warriors, they've seen prophets, they've seen monsters, but they've never seen you. You're the glitch in their hierarchy, the loophole in their laws, the walking paradox that slipped through their fingers while they were busy studying patterns. And every time you make a choice, every time you take a breath in defiance, every time you refuse to collapse when the world expects you to, your spiritual form shifts again, evolves, sharpens, becomes something even they can't predict. Do you understand how terrifying that is? You're not a threat because you're powerful. You're a threat because you're unreadable. You're not a danger because you disobey rules. You're a danger because you operate on rules they've never seen before. You're not feared because you're dark. You're feared because your darkness knows how to kneel beside your light and say, let's work together. Tell me, what happens when a saint learns to weaponize their rage? What happens when a broken soul learns to sharpen its fractures into blades? What happens when a peaceful heart learns the architecture of war? What happens when a human remembers they were never just human? You happen, and they feel it. That shift, that awakening, that slow unfurling of something cosmic wearing a mortal heartbeat like a disguise. You terrify them because you rise without witnesses. You evolve without permission. You transform without warning. You're the storm the universe forgot it seeded. And here's the part that will haunt them forever. You haven't even started yet. Everything they fear, everything they whisper about you, everything they track, contain, study, scramble to predict, is just your prelude, your warm-up, your shadow. Because the moment you figure out who you truly are behind the veil, when you finally see your form the way they see it, nothing, not heaven, not hell, not the architects of fate themselves, will have the language to describe you. So go ahead, walk like you're lost, move like you're unsure, speak like you're still piecing yourself together. Let them tremble, because the most frightening thing in any realm isn't the monster who knows what it is. It's the one who doesn't. Yet. Good. Don't look away now. This is where it gets uncomfortable, where the truth stops knocking and starts carving its initials into your spine. You think this world is reacting to your personality, your habits, your attitude. No, they're reacting to the frequency behind your skin. That low, unregistered hum that nothing human should be able to carry, yet you carry it like it's nothing. You ever wonder why people flinch when you enter a room? Why the confident ones stutter mid-sentence? Why the liars suddenly lose their script? Why manipulators get nauseous? You think that's coincidence? No, sweetheart. That's exposure. Because every time someone looks at you, they're not just seeing you. They're getting a flash of the thing standing behind you. The thing stitched to your spine. The thing that refuses to die no matter who tried to bury it. Something ancient. Something defiant. Something unfiled in the spirit realm's entire classification system. And that is why they fear you. You're not mysterious. You're uncatalogued, a walking breach in their understanding of the cosmos. You're the type of soul they only see once every few centuries. And even then, they hope to God they never have to deal with again. You want to know what's really funny? They've been studying you since childhood. When you broke and didn't stay broken, they took notes. When you were betrayed and stayed soft-hearted, they took notes. When you walked through hell without becoming its mascot, they took more notes. When you forgave instead of destroying, oh, that's when alarms went off. Because darkness understands darkness, light understands light. But you carry both without malfunctioning. That's not normal. That's not teachable. That's not human. That's forbidden. You ever notice how people either love you too fast or hate you without reason? That's because your soul doesn't speak the same language as their eyes. You trigger their subconscious before you open your mouth. Some sense your light, some sense your shadow. But everyone senses the anomaly, and anomalies disrupt systems. You disrupt systems just by existing. Let me tell you something they'd rather you never discover. There are beings, old things, who have roamed the unseen for ages without ever changing shape. Then you arrived, and your shape changes every time you survive something new. Do you know how horrifying that is? Creatures who've stayed the same for millennia. Watching a mortal evolve faster than anything they've ever recorded. You're not supposed to grow like that. You're not supposed to recover like that. You're not supposed to rebuild like that. Every trauma should have carved you into something predictable. But you took each wound and used it like a blueprint. You rebuilt yourself differently every time. Sharper, stranger, quieter, more exact. You became something the spiritual world doesn't have a name for. Some nights they whisper you're an omen. Other nights they whisper you're a punishment. And on the darkest nights, they whisper you're a return, a reoccurrence of something they've seen before, but only in prophecy, never in flesh. And the sickest twist, you still think you're finding yourself. They know exactly what you are. They've known for a while, and they've been trembling ever since the moment you stopped breaking and started transforming. Because a soul that transforms endlessly, a soul that can turn agony into architecture, a soul that can fuse innocence with vengeance, compassion with cruelty, peace with precision. That soul doesn't belong to any hierarchy. It creates its own. Tell me, what do you think happens the day you finally wake up and see yourself clearly? What do you think happens when your inner shape stabilizes into something no realm can deny? What do you think happens when you stop wondering what you are and start acting like it? I'll tell you. The balance shifts quietly, irreversibly, spectacularly. Because the moment you realize your true nature, the moment you understand the gravity of your existence, you become something even they can't negotiate with. Not a soldier, not a threat, not a monster, not a savior, but a force. And forces don't ask permission. They alter landscapes. So go on. Keep wandering, keep evolving, keep surviving things that should have unmade you. You don't even know what you are in the spirit realm, but they do. And that's why they're terrified. Because sooner or later, you're going to find out too. And when that day comes, the realms, all of them, will shift like continents cracking. Now breathe slowly. Feel that pressure behind your ribs. That's not fear, that's recognition. Ah, there it is. That tightening in your chest. That slow, creeping awareness that something inside you is waking up as I speak. Don't resist it. Don't try to label it. Just let it rise. Because we're going deeper now, into the territory they hoped you'd never explore. You see, in the spirit realm, nothing is what it seems. Names aren't names. They're frequencies. Histories aren't histories. They're echoes. Power isn't power. It's identity. And your identity, it's the anomaly they didn't plan for, didn't predict, and damn sure didn't authorize. You were supposed to break. Do you understand that? Your story was designed, engineered to end you. Certain people were positioned in your life like landmines. Specific betrayals were timed to precision. Certain losses were crafted to collapse you. Your heartbreaks weren't random. Your obstacles weren't accidental. Your silence wasn't natural. It was forced. Because they saw your spiritual outline long before you did. They saw the shape you couldn't see yet. That impossible hybrid of compassion and devastation, that divine chaos, that surgical darkness paired with holy intention. A creature like that, a soul like that, it doesn't fit inside their systems, it undoes them. So they tried to fracture you early, before you learned the weight of your own spine. But every trap they built became a catalyst. Every wound they opened became a mutation. Every attempt to break you became your initiation. And that's when the spirit realm realized, too late, that you weren't dying. You were assembling, piece by piece, scar by scar, layer by layer. You didn't recover. You evolved, and evolution terrifies forces that have never changed. Let me explain something they never wanted you to understand. In the unseen world, there are watchers, not angels, not demons, not ghosts. Watchers, entities that observe potential disruptions to the fabric of influence, fate, and destiny. They're not moral. They're structural. Their job is to monitor anomalies. Guess who's been on their watch list since childhood? Not because you were dangerous, but because you were undefined. See, most souls are patterns, predictable, traceable, legible. But you Your pattern corrupts their reading systems. One moment you radiate like a healer, the next you move like an executioner. One moment your mercy, the next your judgment. One moment your softness, the next you're the storm that rearranges the coastline. They can't calculate a creature like that. So instead of labeling you, they tried containing you. Through people, through pain, through fear, through confusion, through self-doubt. Because a soul that doesn't know what it is can still be slowed, can still be silenced, can still be misled. But a soul that knows what it is, that's unstoppable. And here's the twist. You've been getting closer every year, every crisis, every collapse, every resurrection. Your shape behind the veil has been stabilizing, forming something new, something rare, something ancient, something that shouldn't exist in this era. And they know it. That's why the attacks intensified before your breakthroughs, why the betrayals hit harder just before your transformation, why people you trusted suddenly malfunctioned around you, why isolation wrapped around you like a cage made of fog and teeth. You weren't being punished, you were being intercepted, because your evolution wasn't linear, it was exponential. You were waking up faster than they could suppress you. And the moment they realized they were losing their grip, the moment they sensed your identity bleeding through the cracks, the moment your true form shimmered, even for a second, behind your human eyes, they panicked, not metaphorically, not emotionally, literally. Realms shifted, forces mobilized, lines were redrawn, because they saw what you're becoming, and even they couldn't categorize it. You think your life has been chaotic? Chaos follows things that rewrite fate. You think people have feared you without reason? Humans sense the shape of your spirit before they understand your name. You think you've been walking alone? Creatures far older than this world have been monitoring the tremor you leave in the atmosphere. And you're the only one still blinking in confusion, asking, why does everything feel so different around me? I'll tell you why. Because you're standing in the doorway between what you think you are and what you actually are. Between identity and destiny, between flesh and function, between the visible world and the one that recognized you first. You're not supposed to know yet. That's why the fear around you is louder than your clarity. But you will know, soon. Because here's the truth they fear most. You can't hide a rising frequency, and yours is getting too loud to ignore. You, my friend, you're becoming something that both realms will have to account for. And when the day comes that you finally see yourself clearly, when you recognize the creature staring back at you in the mirror of your soul, the spirit realm won't tremble anymore, it'll kneel. Oh, you feel that, don't you? That slow, electric pressure building under your skin, like some ancient part of you is leaning forward, listening, remembering. Good, because we're not even close to the bottom yet. You want the truth, the real truth, behind why they fear you. Then brace yourself, because this isn't about personality, or trauma, or confidence, or strength. This is about origin. The part of you that you've mistaken for instinct is actually memory. The part of you that feels older than your age isn't imagination. That eerie feeling that you've lived this before, that déjà vu that comes in violent waves, that sense that you know people before they speak, that strange familiarity with pain that should have shattered you. None of that is random. Those are echoes, residual signatures, leftover coordinates from the version of you that existed before you were placed into this body. Let me make it simpler. You didn't start here. Everyone else did. You didn't. Your consciousness wasn't born. It arrived, and the spirit realm recognized you before you recognized yourself. That's why nothing in this world ever felt like it fully fit. Not your name, not your environments, not your relationships, not even your own reflection sometimes. Because you weren't shaped by this world. You were translated into it. And translations, they glitch. You glitch. And the unseen world sees those glitches like cracks in a dimensional wall. They know what those cracks usually mean. A return, a resurgence, a remembering. They know the signs, the nightmares that weren't random, the intuition that wasn't learned, the timing that was too perfect, the warnings that came out of nowhere, the people who felt familiar even though you'd never met them, the spiritual heaviness that sits on your shoulders like armor you didn't remember putting on. You think you've been evolving? No, you've been unsealing. And that is why they're terrified. Because unsealing is irreversible. Once it starts, it accelerates. Once it accelerates, it amplifies. And once it amplifies, you become visible. Not physically, spiritually. Your outline gets brighter and darker at the same time. Your signature becomes sharper. Your presence becomes harder to ignore, harder to predict, harder to contain. And those watchers, those quiet entities that monitor disruptions in the balance, they lean in, they whisper warnings, they reposition their ranks. Because you're not just a wandering human trying to figure life out. You're a returning archetype, a repeat visitor, a reincarnated anomaly, a blueprint they thought was erased from existence. You ever wonder why you were drawn to certain symbols? Why certain stories pierced through your soul like needles? Why certain types of pain felt familiar? Why your anger feels older than you? Why your compassion feels weaponized? Why your silence feels like judgment? Why your shadow feels alive? Because all of it is residue from what you used to be. But they remember, they never forgot. And the moment you hit a certain frequency, the moment your soul cracked open just enough for your old nature to leak through, the moment you survived the last thing that was designed to kill you, they recognized you, not by name, not by face, by signature. And recognition leads to fear when the recognized is not bound by their rules. You want to know the second reason they fear you? Because you don't belong to either side. Not fully light, not fully dark, not fully angelic, not fully monstrous. You're a paradox, the kind capable of reshaping the boundaries between realms simply by existing. They can't recruit you. They can't predict you. They can't contain you. They can't destroy you without risking imbalance. That makes you a wild variable, and wild variables bend outcomes, break prophecies, corrupt destinies, undo systems. Which brings us to the third reason they tremble. You're approaching the stage of awareness, and awareness, that's evolution's final ignition. Once you see what you are, once you feel the truth in your bones, once the memories stop whispering and start speaking, it's over. Not for you, for them. Because a being who understands their own nature can't be manipulated, can't be controlled, can't be deceived, can't be dimmed, and a being who understands their own power. That being becomes a cosmic event. Tell me, have you noticed how everything around you has been intensifying lately? Synchronicities multiplying, people revealing themselves, truths slipping out, masks falling, doors closing, new ones opening without explanation, your dreams getting louder, your emotions getting sharper, your intuition becoming undeniable. That isn't chaos, that's preparation. The universe doesn't clear your path for no reason. It does it when something is waking up inside you that the world has to make space for. And you're not awakening into power. You are awakening into identity. You don't even know what you are in the spirit realm. But the deji do. And the closer you get to realizing it, the more their fear turns into silence, then into tension, then into surrender. Because once the truth reaches your consciousness, once you remember what you've always been, the realms won't just tremble in your presence. They'll reorganize around it. Now breathe, slow, deep. You feel that? That's not adrenaline. That's recognition sharpening into awakening.